I told you earlier that we have a presidential aspirant in the studio, and he's already here. He is an entrepreneur and a civil rights activist. He's a Professor Christopher Imumolen. I think I got that. Thank you so much, Prof, for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you
welcome.
for having me on the show.
Yes, Prof, it's so good to see you, and now you're coming out of your very busy schedule to say, I want to be the president of Nigeria. Yeah. But leading to 2023, people are thinking and hoping, how do they get good leaders? To you, as one of those who are planning to become president of this country, how do you see Nigeria in your own language?
You know, Nigerians actually are tired of the circle of leadership we have, especially due to the kind of hardship we are experiencing or we've been experiencing. So I can say without mincing words that Nigerians are looking up to a new breed of leaders. But the question that most Nigerians would pose is this: with the political structure we have, with the kind of distrust that we have in the electoral process, well, how then can a new emerging face leader emerge in the political setting? For us, we understand this challenge, and we are looking around it, and we believe that with our great engagement, what we've been doing, we should be able to at least have strong impact towards the 2023 election. In Nigeria, we understand election is highly monetized. Election is has to do with a lot of consolidation with different groups. You know, that is why even when the government showed a body language towards youth participation in Nigerian leadership and politics, it's still very difficult for you to find a young Nigeria, yes, to declare can be very easy, who would go through that process and eventually emerge because of the kind of political structures that we've been having over the years. But
now you're throwing your hat into the ring. And you know you have, just like, let me paint the picture of what you have said. We have leaders who will go all orgs to become president in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And there's an incumbent power in power now, and they are to see through that election. Mm-hmm. These people have INEC, they have the security architecture, they have most governors of state, and you have taken a decision that you want to run, probably under their platform, but are you ready to face them in this battle? I call it a battle.
Yeah, 100%. And the reason is because it's a battle worth going in for. Well, battle, yes, because it comes with a lot of challenge, it comes with a lot of... Nigeria politics is, in quote, dirty, because when the political powers see that, oh, this young person is gradually gaining weight, the next thing they want to do is to, okay, how do we distract him by one or two strategies? We understand that we have been planning for this for the past 15 years. We are not new in this. We might be new in politics. For someone like me, who is a vice chancellor of a university I own at this age, who has built 3 universities, I'm the only African who have done that all over the world, have developed so much what's it called, stamina to face whatsoever adversities.
Intimidation. That
yes, I have. I've done that. So we understand what it takes, and this is one reason why many young Nigerians do not do well eventually in politics. There are some things we need to learn from these old ones. Many of them do not give up easily. One thing, look at some of them. Yes, we talk about them, but there are some attributes they have, apart from those other wrong things that we want to phase out, election, vote buying, and the rest of them, which we shouldn't be part of the youth blood to trying to. But they have some things we can learn. One of them is they have tenacity. You will see old politicians who is traveling from one state to another.
Yes.
The young Nigerians need to start understanding this, and we need to use our strength to work more than them, if truly. Again, structure. Do we have a young Nigerian who have the structure? For us, we've been into grassroots businesses, we've been into grassroots mobilization through our NGO for the past 15 years in Nigeria, and we believe that through galvanization, which we've started, that we are going to build that structure. We already, not even we are going to build, we already have that structure. We don't, there are some things that we intentionally do not want to say on air so as not to start pitching our strength. Yes, it's good that active politicians begin to look down on young Nigeria, but I must say it, in 2023, it's going to become a big shocker to most politicians.
Do you know when I hear young Nigerians talk, I have this, it gives me joy that at least they are beginning to realize that it is their time. Because when we are growing up, we hear the words like, you are the future, you are tomorrow's leaders. But there was a street a voice that I took on this program about 2-3 days ago, I think during a protest in the University of Benin, this ASU strike protest. Yes. And one of them said, we are tired because we cannot continue like this. Our leaders have taken their own, they are not taking our future in our present. Yes. So we need to do something about that. But what do you do when Nigerian politics is about having political clout? Do you have it? You're talking about structure, but you need to have political clout to be able to tell people that I am known across Nigeria. Do you have it? Yeah. How many young Nigerians have that? Yeah. Those many young Nigerians have it. That is the truth, yes. Because what the tactics the old politicians have used against us is to defeat the mind of the young Nigeria to believing that, oh, they have all the structures that is there. No. The power still belongs to the people. Yes, if a young Nigeria can build and raise 40 million Nigerians through different organizations, you know, we have the Christian body, the Islamic body, just through mind revolution, it's not by physical engagement, but mind revolution, believe me, it's going to happen because Nigerians are tired of what we are currently faced with. You know, we can count from, look at the security challenge. It's not just about banditry anymore. Talk about ritual killing. We talk about kidnapping. We talk about, as in, it's so enormous. Even on the Nigerian streets, courtism. You know, these have deepened into the society. So Nigerians are tired. We've gotten to a point whereby we are pushed to the wall, and the only thing we must do is to galvanize strength and look for a young Nigeria who has an antecedent, someone who has succeeded in his private endeavor, who also have the heart to give back to the society. If I may sell myself, I will tell you that by the time you look at what we've done, I'm the only black Nigerian person whose name is in the World Book of Greatness. And the reason is because 2019, we were able to establish privately an empowerment fund that empowers 6,000 Nigeria. Privately, this was not because of election, because of politics, but because we also want to give back, want to support the poor ones. I have a school that I've given scholarship to about 200,000 Nigeria. My university is on scholarship. It's not one that, because I'm doing this because I feel the pain of Nigeria. I haven't lost my father at the age of 12. I knew how difficult it was for me to go to school. And I told God, well, God, if you eventually bless me, we're also going to give back. So we have been doing all these things for many years, just from the act that we need to support the poor ones. How many politicians have that heart? Many of the politicians we have in Nigeria would rather take from the poor. So we need to look at that. So what I'm saying is this. If Nigerians can go back and look and say, before we can select a leader, we must check what the leader have done privately. It's very important. It's not just by what political party throw at us. Yes, we need to begin to look beyond party, but personality. Because party politics has not really helped us as a nation. So one of the things we and the youth we begin to do is to engage the mind of the youth again. To believe that your vote can count. Your vote may not count before, but your vote can count if Nigerians come out en masse to vote. The reason why few politicians, because the problem with politics and elections is the politicians. They are the problem. So if Nigerians come out en masse, vote rigging would be very, very difficult. But when you talk about coming out en masse, as of today, INEC has almost about, if not more than, 200,000 voters registered. But in millions, not even in thousands, registered in millions. Yeah. But what we see during election and after election is terrible. At the end of the day, you are getting less than 10% voter turnout. And these people can't come out. How do you, as a young Nigerian now, use your resources, your strength that you say you have, to galvanize, which you're talking about now, to galvanize these young ones to know that if they can get 50% of young Nigerians go to the polls, it will be difficult for these people to rig elections. How would you do that? How would you achieve it?
Okay, number one is most Nigerians have lost faith, not just in the election, in Nigeria as a country. We must know that. That is why participation of Nigeria in anything that has to do with Nigeria that is not compulsory is very, very low. Look at the INERA, for example. Even if you check the Google, from Google Store, we have less than 200,000 downloads in a nation of about 200 million.
Yes.
So it's not just about election. Nigerians have given up on any activities that is Nigeria that is not compulsory, except it's compulsory and you must do it. So that is one. So now, what do we need to do is to rebuild privately, because the government might not do it, might not want to do it, because I'm talking about politics now. We must engage, and we are doing that currently in 36 states, 776 local government, to begin to rejig and re-engineer the mindset of young Nigerians through various platforms to begin to believe again in Nigeria.
But are you telling them to go register?
Yes.
Because that's important.
Yes, because it's not just about saying we are going to vote for you. Voting is not done on social media. You must have your voter's card. So what we are doing now is to engage a lot of Nigerians. First, get your voter's card. Yes, we know you are discouraged. We know you don't believe in this process. We know you believe that by the time I get my voter's card, it might not count, because what happens in the polling unit, the result might not be the same as what is collated and what is announced. Because we understand this process. We have analyzed, we have studied it, but it's going to be different. And again, let's look at what happened in the last election here.
Yeah, in FCT.
The FCT, we noticed that the INEC by itself are also showing positive body language to ensuring that election is credible. And look at what happened with the what's it called, the electoral. Yes, we can see that there is a gradual encouragement to see that votes are transmitted electronically. Because if that happens, it means that ballot paper snatching and all those strategies that old politicians have been using, they don't have any strategy.
But there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
The bill that will enable and give legal backing to these electronics that you have talked about, transmission of result, or can I say uploading of result, e-voting, voting with electronics so that they can stop rigging. That same bill is hanging with the president. And by Tuesday, 22nd of February, if that bill is not assented to by President Muhammadu Buhari, the date of election will be affected. Yeah. So how do you hope to achieve credibility in an election where you don't have a new and fresh legal framework?
We understand all these strategies. We know that there are also political strategies by parties and political class to speak to Nigeria. But this is it. The people will decide. Yes, what we are doing is we are not bothered about things that we cannot change. We are bothered about things that we can change. What can we change? We can change the mindset of Nigeria. We can make them get their voter's card, and we can make them vote and defend their vote all over Nigeria. Yes, in 2023, the youths are going to speak. Yes, through the students, through different groups. Yes, they're going to speak because we are tired. Look, we're talking about ASU strike. There is nowhere in the world that universities still go on strike as a group. Nowhere. It's an archaic, a medieval problem. It's no more happening. We're talking about, look at first scarcity. That shows you that we do not have a reserve to cushion emergencies like this. Look at what is happening. Security issues. Nigerians are tired. And I can tell you from what we have seen out there, the youths are ready this time. And I'm not just saying this to encourage or to make listeners. I'm saying it because that is the reality. Yes, so we let the presidency or the government, whatever they want to do with the bill, we know that they must always assent to the bill. But whatever they do with it, we would always have a way to make sure that the election go in favor of the young Nigerians. Okay,
now let's go to real politics. When we started, you said I used the word battle, and you agreed that because of the way it's done in Nigeria, it is a battle. And you know that for you to go into the mode and dance the masquerade dance, you don't need to wear white clothes,
of course,
because you'll be stained. So are you ready for that kind of dance?
For the sake of...
For the masquerade dance,
yes,
during
for
election.
the restoration of our country, I'm ready. To ensure that our children live a good life, I'm ready. because we have just this country to live. This is our only country. I don't have citizenship from any other country. I can, but I don't because I am a believer of Nigerian entity. If we don't do it, we leave it for our children to do it. If we don't fight it, Nigeria cannot continue like this. Somebody must rise. I might not be that Moses, but let me start that movement. There are people who have started it also. We can come together and make this work. Somebody must just have it done. Why are we doing it? If we say, oh, are you ready? But why are we? What is the purpose of what? I think it's worth it. For so many people, they say, oh, it's not worth it. We've seen people who had done the same thing, yet they live to regret. Yeah, they were not, you see. But the truth is this, at the end of the day, they've done something that is right to their conscience. It might not be right to you. So for me, I believe it's a venture that is worth going into in my lifetime. And I believe it's a venture that we shall win. Nigeria shall win. Nigerian youth shall win. Because for the very first time among many times, we now have young Nigerians who have structure all over 336 states. I'm the president of Unique Foundation. And Unique Foundation is the largest NGO in Nigeria. It has over 5 million membership, and different organizations.
So if you calculate your members now, 5 million, and you give them vote and you tell them go get a voter card, I'm going to be on the ballot. So that means you are sure of getting 5 million votes February 18th.
My members are not just the one voting.
No, I'm just saying 5. Yeah. Stand by.
Well, yes, they are not just the one voting. They are the grassroots mobilizer. What I have, I'm not just saying this by mouth, is stronger. The structure I have is stronger than many political parties. Yes, I can tell you, just go research. So my members are not just going to vote alone. They are actively involved in the, recruitment process to get voters. And the truth is this, and we understand that the hardship by itself also makes Nigeria compromise. So even when there is a candidate that will believe that, oh, this candidate can change the narrative for our country, can make people begin to believe in Nigeria. Have you seen what is happening to our passports? Sometimes when you carry it across the border, you are ashamed to even identify yourself as a Nigerian. We are tired. We know that people understand this, but yet, sometimes even after understanding all this, you present 1,000 naira to them, they still sell their conscience. So we are going to be deliberate about this. Yes, we are going to be engaging on massive mental orientation of the Nigerian youth. Not just youth, women, market women, those that have children. And we are going to make it work. In 2023, believe me, like I said, it's not going to be
business as
usual, yeah.
All right. So then let's take a look at the two major political parties. There's the APC, they're in power. There's the PDP, they're struggling to come back to power at the center, but they have powers in some of the states. And if you take a look at what is going on in the party, we have 18 political parties now in Nigeria registered. But even from the political party angle, because that's where we start from, we do not have independent candidacy in our laws for now. So that means the foundation of you becoming the president is for you to be a member of a political party.
Of course, yeah.
But how comfortable are you with the way political parties are run in Nigeria, and especially during elections?
It's saddening that many political parties have turned to business venture and a lot of games and betrayers. Even you saw what happened even in the FCDA election, where someone who was nominated, elected in the party, was eventually deprived of that opportunity, and it made some of the parties, I don't want to mention, lost the election. That tells you that the problem of Nigeria is not just about the top. It's
also about the people,
even from the party. So this cut across, and these are part of the things we are going to change. Yes, we are going to go through that same system to get there and get it changed. Yes, we understand. We are all Nigerians. We are giving birth to here. We have been experiencing same since we were giving birth to. So we'll go through the same process. But this is it. We'll go through it, we'll get there, and we'll get it changed.
But are you aware that Nigeria is a very it's a complex country with so many ethnic groups, so many religious beliefs, so many people with different way of life. And some persons, there are some school of thought. What they say is that because of this complexity of the country, that's why it's difficult for a leader who initially came in as a president with the mind that he is coming to change things, to change it, because there are so many forces. And by the time you as a young Nigerian begin to say you want to be president, or peradventure you become a president, you think you can remain as clean as you are?
Of course.
You think so?
Yeah, because power is for the people. This is it. A leader that will answer the call of its people, not very few persons who gave him power. That is it. The people. See, once we start having leaders who are for the people, whose decision is for the people, whose welfare is for the people. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. Nigeria, we are easy. We find it easy to increase levy on the people and not welfare to the people. So when the people by itself, no matter how complex the country is, when the people by itself sees that policies that have been emanated and things that are done by government are geared towards uplifting them, believe me, they will begin to walk in line. Why is it that Nigerians by themselves are not proud of Nigeria? The other countries, I don't want to start calling names, you see the Americans, for example, so proud of their country because of the benefits they get being a citizen of that country.
So it is time for us to have a leader who can be selfless.
Yes.
And think of the people.
Of the people. So, in that way, it's going to change the mindset of people. Nigerians can now fight for its country. So nobody fights for what they don't benefit.
Are you ready to work on the mindset of the people?
Of course.
Because that's where it starts from.
Yeah, we started the work. That's why we are here. And we have different units set across 774 local government. What we're doing is to call on the youth, engage them for 1 year, talk to them, change their mindset. Because the war that we are faced with as young Nigerians, as Nigeria, is the war of the mind.
Okay.
It's just like the elephant that was tied with a rope when it was young.
But when it becomes
grew
big,
up and still believed that he cannot set himself free from the rope. So that is a mindset. So when the owner was asked, why is this that this elephant cannot set himself free? He said he believes that rope, because he has been there since he was young. But until he now discover, that is the problem with Nigeria. See, these issues we think that, we have political cabal, is very big. It's not as big as we think. It's big in our mind. But when we confront it, we are going to pull it down.
All right. It's so good talking to you. And I hope that we'll have more of you come on the show, because we need to talk more. We need to at least revive Nigeria. Well, we've been speaking with a presidential aspirant who has been in the studio with us. He is an entrepreneur, a civil rights activist. He is also the president, Unique Foundation. He's also the African director, ASIC UK, and the only black man on the board. He manages Joint Professionals Training and Support International JTPS in the UK. And he's no other person, but we'll be talking with Professor Christopher. Is this Irene?
Yeah, Irene. Yeah.
Irene Imumolen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I hope we'll have you some other time.
Oh,
time is not our friend.
Yes.
I want to see an interview where we'll have you longer than necessary.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Well,
you.